The big story, though, that's breaking this evening is from Washington, D.C., where U.S. President Donald Trump is set to sign a reciprocal tariffs order. Now, what exactly will this mean for India and the world is awaited, but the Trump tariff briefing is expected at 11:30 p.m. IST. Remember, this tariff briefing comes just ahead of a meeting with Prime Minister Modi that's scheduled for 2:30 a.m. in the morning. A White House source has told India today India's early steps on trade and tariff are appreciated. But what does Washington really expect out of the Trump-Modi visit or the Trump-Modi meeting? Will Washington tighten the screws on India when it comes to tariffs? What can India hope to get out of this? Could there be a trade deal of sorts between the two countries, or the states set for one? What else is on the menu? Who better to answer that than our diplomatic affairs editor, Geeta Mohan? She's in Washington at the moment, where she joins us. Geeta, tell us what is expected out of this visit, given the backdrop of the uncertainty and unpredictability of Donald Trump, again seen today in a possible reciprocal tariff order against various countries.
Well, Rajdeep, this is going to be an important one. The fact that you just mentioned President Trump is going to hold a press conference on tariff just ahead of his meeting with Prime Minister Modi. He also posted on Truth Social that this is a big day and a big day for reciprocal tariffs. So it just means that he is going to have, he's really going to push very hard the Indian administration and Prime Minister Modi. But before I talk further on tariffs, what you see behind me is the Blair House, and National Security Advisor Michael Waltz just walked in. The meeting is to begin between the National Security Advisor and Prime Minister Modi, the first meeting of the day, followed by Musk, then Vivek Ramaswamy, and later in the day with none other than President Trump himself. Now, going back to the tariffs, Rajdeep, it is going to be a very difficult negotiating diplomatic walk for Prime Minister Modi because it does seem like President Trump is very determined that should the tariffs continue and not in order or in the manner in which the US wants it, then there is reciprocity that India will have to face. And that's certainly something that will be messaged out in the press conference.
Very quickly, what are India's options? I'll be going to Richard Haas, former top American diplomat, in a moment, but I want to ask you, how is India viewing this? Is there a sense of a concern or uncertainty in the air, given Donald Trump's record of springing surprises?
Well, Rajdeep, we were just in a background briefing with a senior White House official, and he said to a question on what India's options are and how is the U.S. administration looking at it, the steps that India has taken in the budget, reducing tariffs on certain things, especially motorbikes, is a step forward, is a way forward, and the U.S. administration appreciates it. But that they do not want to get ahead of President Trump, and that there is a lot of work that needs to be done. So it doesn't seem like for now it's an easy walk for India on the trade path, but there are certain other aspects where there can be give and take. And in that, if the United States of America wants the kind of defense deal that President Trump is looking at, there might be some concessions that the U.S. administration will have to give India to ensure that they continue getting the kind of money, the billion-dollar deals that they expect from India.
Okay, we leave it there, Geeta. We'll come back to you, of course, for much more. Harley-Davidsons is what India is willing to sort of reach out to Trump on cutting import duties, and apparently President Trump likes his Harley-Davidsons.